The health information landscape has really changed over the last 30 years in who is sharing information and what kind of information they're sharing and how they're sharing it. So we have a vast amount of communicators out there sharing all kinds of different information using many different avenues for that communication. So we have the advent of the internet and many online resources that are out there. It can be from payers or insurance companies. Healthcare networks are sharing information, as well as the industry, the government. The information is coming from a variety of sources through a variety of mechanisms. The real challenge for having all of this information from so many different places and from so many different stakeholders is trying to be sure that there's quality information out there. Patients and providers need to have good quality information for decision making, and with so many different players and with such variation in the amount of oversight over the information that gets out there, you can really have some questionable quality at times. There are some restrictions in who's allowed to talk about the information, and the industry is highly regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. There isn't really any other stakeholder that's regulated the way the pharmaceutical industry is. There are other contributors of information out there, other entities that might have various levels of oversight on them. So for example, medical professions have codes that they use, and continuing medical education has codes that they use, but there are other contributors out there who are on the internet who have no oversight at all. So from the patient perspective, it's very difficult for them to figure out what information is truthful and accurate and what's the information that they should be using to make decisions. I think that's why very frequently patients are taking information to their doctors and asking them about that information, and then the doctors are put in the same position. They have to judge what information is useful, what's accurate, and what is the kind of information they should be using to help their patients. One of the things that we could do to level the playing field to be sure that we have at least a minimum level of quality of information out there would be for all the stakeholders who are involved in contributing information and putting out information, if they could collaborate on a set of what would be good communication principles, something that we could all decide on, that we would say this is what good looks like, and we all would adopt those principles and promise to abide by them, to put out good high-quality information that could help give clinicians and patients the assurance that high-quality information is out there, and we could all collaborate in figuring out what that looks like.